think one of the things that I follow a lot of pages with cancer survivors and stuff. I think one thing that a lot of people don't cover is the significant other and everything that they go through and their feelings. So I think that's one thing that we do want to make sure we are touching base, because at the end of the day, they're going through it with us and they do matter as well. So I feel like, babe, you want to kind of explain like how it is and what you've been going through and what's been hard for you and what your fears are? And
I would just say the hardest part is just making sure your partner is stress-free. Because certain things are different now, you know, and I've been doing a lot of homework and searching things and just trying to gather information so I could be perfect for her and just protective due to the fact of how cancer spreads is through stress. Ensure you stay stress-free in that you are eating and you're taking your vitamins and that you're staying nutritious.
yeah, I think that too. There's been a lot of trial and error. In the beginning, we were kind of bumping heads a little bit because Tru,
I was being overprotective.
He went to like, okay, you're sick. So he wanted me to be like in this bubble. And to me, like I have a whole different thought process. I get where he's coming from. Like, you shouldn't be going around people. You shouldn't be overdoing it. Like, but to me, I was like, okay, I have like 1 month left of normal life. Like, let's do this. So I think one part that people tend to forget, or one person people tend to forget, is the significant other. I follow a lot of cancer survivors, and I feel like they don't really touch on the struggles that the person who's going through this with them, or the caretaker, eventually the caretaker has to go through. So babe, do you want to kind of go over your thoughts and your fears and, you know, how you felt like in the beginning?
Yeah, so the challenging part during this process is, like, I felt like the fear is losing my partner, and then trying to, you know, encourage her and the kids and let everyone know, like, hey, you know, everything is fine. I kind of like suppressed how I felt around them, just because I felt like since I was young, I've always had to be the strong one. But in reality, like, it's just because I didn't want her to feel sad during this time, and I didn't want the kids to feel, you know, sad. But I had to empower them, and that's just my normal nature. But I felt very insecure in this area just because I've never experienced this. So what I did was, I felt like I had to make sure she was more healthy. I cooked, cleaned. I wanted to make her feel like she didn't have to do as much and just try to keep her stress-free. Because when I did my homework, I was able to see certain things that I didn't know how to go about the situation. So I wanted to equip myself to make sure that I was fully prepared. There's no really preparation for it, but I think more importantly, just being more supportive and being proactive in that area and just giving more love than you usually give, because your partner is facing something that's only in God's hand and the doctors, and more importantly, how she takes it on. But I made sure that I was remain, you know, support and encourage her during this time. She has been really, really brave, and is taking it day by day. She's getting better.
Not yet. I haven't started anything to get better, but, you know, as far as emotionally for sure, I have come a long way from when we first found out. But yeah, I think that people just tend to like forget to check in on the person that's in the house and having to do all that. And I think that we went through some trial and error with Tru kind of in the beginning thinking that I needed to be in a bubble, and me feeling like I wanted to live my best life until I can't live my best life anymore.
Well, that's because you have been on go, and during this time, we're in Arizona, it's about 118, 100 degrees, and you're literally go. And I felt like with heat and you feeling like you had to go do things and go to all these games. We are a very club family with our children. So every weekend is always taken. So there is a lot of stress factors in this. And
but we have slowed down. We've slowed down. Both the kids are on a lot less demanding team now. We've slowed down in life quite a bit. We've made a lot of changes, which we're going to go into more of that as we continue with the show, because we are slowly making a lot of changes to our household and
habits
and things like that. Learning that majority of breast cancer is environmental was like a huge eye-opener, and kind of crazy to me that this isn't put out more for people. So I did the 23andMe genetic testing, and I came back without the genetic markers for breast cancer. So I honestly, when I got that test, I thought, I'm good,
Yeah.
But that was really only a small percentage of even people who get the breast cancer. And also, that doesn't mean that I don't have the gene. I mean, they told me that only tests for a few genes, where the genetic testing that we're currently waiting on. That's what's happening right now. Tests, I think, 59 genes. But anyways, I think that society does not like to advertise these things, and because they don't want people changing their habits. And so I think that us doing that, and now, I mean, I can't change it for myself, but I can change it for him. I can change it for the kids, and I can make sure once I get rid of this thing that it doesn't come back. So that's what we're doing right now.
It's the best, worst thing that ever happened to our family.
I don't know if I would say best.
Because
I'd say
we we're very fit, but our eating habit wasn't the best. And
I definitely think that I've heard a lot of stories of people with life-threatening illnesses, or that get in bad car accidents, and how it changes their perspective. And I don't think you understand until you go through it. And I think it definitely 100% has changed my perspective in life, in a good way. I think that some things that used to matter and used to make me mad, and I think I don't even care anymore. Those don't matter to me anymore.
So the most important thing is, if you're the other partner, ways that you could support them, check up on them, see how they're doing, make sure they're eating good. You literally are the main person helping them reserve their energy. So be proactive, like cooking, finding new ideas. I already could cook, but I've learned so many styles and healthy, we all love it. I never know what I'm gonna cook because TikTok, but also just creating new healthy foods. But I've just been making really, really great meals that are healthy, that are very delicious, and just supporting, just making sure she's in good spirit at all times.
We're still learning. I mean, I'm about to, when we're done with this, make some chia seed pudding. So mango chia seed pudding for our breakfasts. So we'll see how that goes. But I think vice versa too. I know people are I think when you get cancer, it kind of forces you to be a little selfish. But at the same time, that was a lot of my thing when I found out. It was a really hard concept for me that I was gonna have to focus on myself, and I had a lot of guilt. I was ruining Tru's life, I was ruining my kids' childhood, and I still feel that. That's still pretty heavy for me. But I think at the same time, we have to be selfish, but at the same time, the person that's going through it does have to check on their partner as well.
Absolutely.